Welcome back. During the last video, we saw how we could create a pandoc service using the GitHub project. This project is at least 2 years old at the time of the video, and it is using a very old version of Node. 6.10. It is no longer being supported, and it has numerous vulnerabilities. So we want to use the latest version of Node, which is going to be version 15. Because we cloned the project on our VPS, we can go into the Dockerfile and change anything that we need to. So let's go to our project, pandoc-as-a-service. And the Dockerfile is what we want to modify. The change is very easy. We can do one of two things. Just delete the version and just leave Node, or we can specify a tag. I like to specify a tag for completeness, but both of them do the same thing. So let's save. Now we need to rebuild our image. Let's take a look at the images that we already have. Docker images. We have the one we created last time called default. Let's give it the tag latest because we're using the latest version of Node. So docker build -t for tag pandoc latest, and we're going to build it in this directory, so we'll use the dot. We don't know if this will be successful or not because the new version of Node might break some of the code. But the error messages should tell us what we need to fix if there is a problem. So it's downloading the latest version of Node. And now it is attempting to install npm and pandoc. So far, so good. Okay, right there, it found a problem. npm audit found 7 vulnerabilities. We can fix it by using npm audit fix for us. It'll automatically fix those for us. Now, at this stage, it's unclear if the image built successfully or not. We can look at it, Docker images, and it says it did, but I'm not convinced that there isn't a problem. So let's go in and modify our Dockerfile to include this fix here. We'll append it to this run command here. So put a slash there, so it will continue processing on the next line. We'll do concatenation with the command. So let's save this and exit. And now we can run our command again using the same tag. When we do this, we should see some unused images in here that we will then remove. Okay, so there are the vulnerabilities that it found. And then it corrected those and no vulnerabilities are found. During the Docker run process, as you can see these intermediate containers, it keeps those so it can do rebuild quickly. This image here was the one that we built last time. When we did the rebuild, it could not use it. So it just marked it as tag none. So we don't want this because it's taking up a gigabyte of our storage space. So we can simply say docker remove image, RMI, copy this image ID and delete. Now, what happens if you try to delete an image that is already running? Let's try. It's going to give us an error. We are currently running WordPress. So if we try to delete that, it's going to say it's being used. Now that we have our image, we can go ahead and restart our pandoc-as-a-service. Let's go home, view our directory, change to pandoc-docker. And we're going to go into a Docker compose, nano Docker compose. And instead of running this as default, we're going to change this to latest. Save and exit. If we look at our running containers, we can see that pandoc is using the image default. So let's restart. So Docker compose down and Docker compose up -d. And let's look at the running containers. Okay, so we're using latest now. Let's verify that our project still works. Let's Control F5. So you saw how we were able to replace the image, the operating system basically, to update it completely with a new one with minimal effort. This is the power of Docker and Docker images. There's one other thing I want to change. This information here to post data to the web service, it uses the original author's website, but we can change this so this becomes ours. So let's go back to our image and we can modify the code. I know JS should keep it in views, so let's go to views and it should be in this file here. Now we can modify the HTML and the Node.js code with our own information. So let's find where that was. Okay, here's the post information that we want to change. And we also have HTTPS on this, so we will update this as well. So my site is pandoc.y.jj8i.com. And we will put the same right here. If we did it correctly, everything will work as we expect. Save and exit. Because this code is baked into the image, we have to build it again. It should go quickly. We'll just use the same build command for latest. Okay, built successfully. Let's go back to a pandoc docker, and then we'll restart the project. And if we refresh this page, we should expect to see this to be our own website, which it does. So now we can use this using curl, or we can use it in the web interface.